Hey guys, welcome to our channel Coders Arcade. In today's video, we are going to talk about text to column in Excel. So this option is one of the feature of Excel by which you can separate the text into different columns according to its separator. So suppose I have written some text here. So I have written some dummy text here. So these are the names using different separators here. So here, as you can see, if you watch closely, I have written separator is a space. So in this case, separator is a space. So John space Smith. So John Smith, John David. In between John and David, there is a space. So here separator is a space. So likewise, Rita space Nita and Nita space Geeta. Here, as you can see, is separator is ampersand, or you can say and symbol. So here you can see John and Smith, John and David, Rita and Nita, Nita and Geeta. Here, as you can see, separator is at the rate. So here in this case, John at the rate Smith, John at the rate David, Rita at the rate Nita, and Nita at the rate Geeta. So as you can see here, the separators are different in each case. So here separator is a space, here separator is ampersand, or you can say and symbol. Here separator is at the rate. So now suppose you want to separate each of the text here. So suppose you want to separate John, you have to you want to write John in some different column like here, and you want Smith in different column like here. So John and Smith like this, John and David like this, Rita and Nita like this. So here what you can do is you can just select the whole set you want to separate, each of the text that you want to separate. Then you can go on to this data menu here. So data option here, data panel here, and here you can just click onto this option which is text to column. So if I click onto this text to column, here one dialog box will open. Here you can see there are two options. So first is the delimited and the second one is the fixed width. So what is this delimited and what is this fixed width? First, let's go check what is delimited. So delimited is nothing but the separator. What kind of separator we are using in the text, in between the text. So that is what we call delimiter. So basically delimiter is nothing but the separator. So if I click onto delimiter, first I'll show you delimiter. If I select onto this delimiter and if I click onto next, now remember that I have selected the text that I want to separate. So I have already selected that, and then I have clicked onto text to column, then this window opened. So if I click onto delimiter and then if I click onto next, you can see there are there are different options you get here. So in delimiters, it says delimiters, and it asks for is it a tab, is it a semicolon, is it a comma, is it a space, or any other option. So here, as we can see, the text which we have selected, their separator is a space. So we are going to select a space here. So now in the data preview section here, you can see there is line between John and Smith. Now this line represents that this is the delimiter, or you can say this is the separator. So now John is in another column and Smith and David, Nita and Geeta are on another column here. So now if you click on to next, so I have selected space because there is space as a separator on the selected text. If there is a comma, you can select comma. If there is a semicolon, you can select semicolon. Likewise tab. Now if I click on to next, you can see John is another column and Smith is another column. So it's like that. Now you don't have to do anything. You can just see here the destination right here. So what is this destination right here? So it is asking the destination for the output. So right now it says A3. So A3, that means this John Smith column here. So if I leave it as it is, what it will do is it will overwrite these columns here, and here in this column it will be only John, and in this column it will be Smith. So let's see what it does is if I click on to finish, you can see it's separated at the space, at the delimiter space. So here as you can see, John space is removed and Smith has moved to the another column right here. So John and Smith both are on the other columns. So you can do this, but here in this case we have selected A3. Now let's say we want the output here in C and D columns here. So what we can do is I'm just undoing it. You can just click onto this, or you can just click onto the shortcut which is Ctrl plus Z. So I have undone it. Now let's again, I have selected it, so I'm just going to select this and I'm just going to click on to text to column, and here in this case I'm going to select the delimited, and if I click on to next, now in this next I have selected a space, and then I'm just going to click on to next, and here now I'm going to change the destination. Now suppose you want the output onto some other column. So let's say we want the output onto this C and D columns. So what we can select is, you just have to select the first column from where you want the output. So I will just click onto this button right here. You can just click onto this button right here, so you can just hide the whole dialog box, and then you can select onto the cell you want, instead of writing that cell here, instead of writing the address of that cell here. So I'm just going to click onto this button right here, so it hide the dialog box. Now I can just select the first column that I want. So first cell from where I want the output, so I have selected this. So you can see C3 is been selected. Now if I click back onto this icon right here, and if I click onto finish, you will see that instead of overwriting onto our source text, it just give us the output on the C and D columns. I've just selected this starting cell from where I want the output, and it gave me the output. So this is how you can use the delimiter. Now let's see the other delimiters as well. Suppose we have this separator as ampersand. So I'm just going to select this. Here I'm going to click on to again text to column. How you can see this text to column? You can just go on to this data menu right here, and you can just click on to the text to column here, and once you click onto this text to column, you can just select onto delimiter, and then you can just click onto next. And here now the selected text doesn't have the space delimiter. So what we can do is, I'm not going to select space here, I'm going to click on to others. Now in others I want to specify what is the delimiter. So here I'm going to write ampersand sign. So you see here, as soon as I have written the ampersand sign here, it showed me in the data preview, it showed me how it is going to look like. So John in one column, and Smith, David, Nathan, Geeta in other column. So it recognized ampersand as the separator, as a delimiter. Now if I click on to next, you can see this is the other column and this is the other column. Now again, you can just select the destination right here. It says by default A9, which is John Smith, this one. We don't want this to be overwritten. So what we can do is, I can just click onto this button right here, and then I can just click onto whatever a cell I want the output from. So I just selected C9, and then I just click back onto this icon, and then I will just click on to finish. You see, with the different separator as well, we can do this operation. So using this text to column. Now let's again practice this onto the other ones. So John @Smith. Now in this case, delimiter, or you can say separator, is @. So I've just selected the whole thing, whole text here, and I'm just going to click on to text to column, and inside our delimited, I'm just going to click on to next. And here I'm just going to select on to others, because I don't have any delimiters like tab, semicolon, comma, space. I have the @. So I'm just going to write here @, and you see that it recognized as the @ here. So @ as the separator here, and it showed me the data preview. So if I click on to next, so John, Rita, Nita, and Smith, David, Nita, and Geeta are on different columns here. So now if I click on to finish, you can see I have not selected the destination, so it overwritten it. I'm just going to click on to undo. If I click on to this again, next, now I'm just going to select the destination. I need to select the destination. Now here again that button, and then I'm just going to click onto the cell that I want the output from. Then I'm just going to click on to finish, and here as you can see, we have got the output. So this is how you can use text to column the delimiter. Now you see this error here. I selected this empty cell here, and now if you click on to text to column, it will say no data was selected to parts. So you have to select the data like this, and then you want to click on to text to column like this. Now let's see what is fixed width, the second option which is fixed width. So how we can use this? Let me just copy this whole thing. Let's copy this whole thing, or we can just copy this one thing. I'm just going to copy this, and here I'm going to paste it. Going to increase the space, increase the width of the cell. So here we have separator as space. I've just copied this whole thing here. Now let's see what is the use of this option which is fixed width. So I've selected the whole thing. I've selected the names here. Now if I click on to text to column here, if I select onto fixed width, now you select fixed width when you don't have any separators. So suppose, let me just edit these. Now let's say I don't have any separator here. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this thing. So we have no separators here. So let me write it here. No separator. So in this case, we have no separator. We have directly John Smith as one word, John David as one word, Rita Nita as one word, and Nita Gita as one word. So I'm just going to select all these options here, all these text here. Then I'm going to click on the text to column, and here, just because we don't have any separator, so we don't have delimiter, so I'm just going to click on to fixed width, and now I'm going to click on to next. So now here, as you can see, there is one scale here. So it shows me here in the data preview, you want to select from where you want to separate. So suppose, so here if you click once, you can add one more separator here like this. You can add as many separator as you want. If you double click onto that, it will delete that separator for you. Now suppose this John Smith was one word. So what I can do is I can just click here between John Smith, John David, Rita Nita, Nita Gita. So here I've used the separator here, and then I'm just going to click on to next. You can see both of these are the different columns. So you can see here, now it is asking me, now it's the same as we used to do on delimiter. You can just select on to where you want the output. So here, let's say we want the output here. So I can just click on to finish. You can see now these are separated all the things. Now you see here Nita and Geeta, because Nita was a big name, so A has been shifted here. So you can select accordingly. So in this case, I can just select only these three, and then I can just separate it here, and I can separate Nita and Geeta onto another trial, onto another go, like that. So this is how you can use the text to column option. So again, you can just select this, you can just click onto this, fixed width, next, wherever you want to separate. Now let's say you want to just separate this first one, and we want to separate the words from here, and again third separator here. And if I click on to next, you can see this is one column, this is another column, this is another column, and this is another column. If I select where I want the output, suppose I want the output here, if I click on to finish, now you can see it separated all the words, or you can say separated all the text from where I have marked the selector. So this is how you can use the delimiter and the fixed width option in your text to column option in your data menu here. So this is all about this video, guys. I hope you have understood what I want to discuss in this video. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. So this is all about this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video, and if you like it, then tell us in the comment section below. If you have any doubts, then post them in the comment section. I will definitely try to clear those doubts. Also, like, share and subscribe to our channel Coders Arcade, and press the bell icon so that you will get a notification when we post our new video. Thank you. Happy learning.